Even without you. The rain tapped gently against the window panes of an old mansion in Kolkata. On the top floor, in a dimly lit study lined with books and echoes of old poems, sat Prithvi's son, India's most beloved yet mysterious writer. His books had touched millions, but his own heart bore a silence no reader could ever decode. He hadn't written in months. Not since the date that returned every year like a shadow, March 12th, the day love had quietly slipped out of his life. 22 years ago, in the calm beauty of Santiniketan, where art whispered to the trees and poetry flowed like breeze, a young literature student named Prithvi met Vani. She was a painter, vibrant and wild like a monsoon morning. She laughed with abandon, painted like she was pouring her soul onto the canvas, and read books as if they were lovers' letters. They met under a banyan tree during a college cultural festival. She was painting the tree. He was scribbling a poem beside it. One curious glance, one shared laugh, and suddenly life began to rhyme. From chai stalls of poetry nights, they became inseparable. She would paint while he wrote. She would dream aloud, and he would shape those dreams into words. People called them soulmates, but they never gave a name. Maybe they didn't need to. Time passed. Prithvi got a scholarship to Oxford. He was hesitant, scared of losing Vani, but she, selfless and silent, encouraged him. "Go," she smiled, hiding her own tears. "Your words deserve the world." He left, promising to return. She waited, painting every day, writing unsent letters, counting stars. But distance is a cruel silence. Calls turned fewer, letters stopped. One day, the news came. Prithvi's debut novel had become a sensation in London, and yet Vani heard nothing from him. What she didn't know, Prithvi had written to her again and again, but her home had changed, and his letters never reached. What he didn't know, she still stood under that banyan tree every March 12th, waiting for someone who had never really left her heart. Years rolled by. Prithvi became a literary icon, but his books, though brilliant, always carried a quiet ache about an unnamed girl, a painter, a love lost in the winds of fate. One day, after winning a major award, he returned to Santiniketan. The banyan tree still stood, but no Vani. The town whispered. She left years ago to teach art in a small village near the hills. She never married. He searched, followed clues, traced her old paintings. Each one seemed to speak to him, of longing, of waiting, of unfinished love. But when he finally reached the village, he was too late. Vani had passed away just a month before. Cancer. She had kept it hidden, left quietly like she had lived. Among her belongings, they gave him a box. Inside, every letter he ever wrote, returned by fate, unopened, and her diary, filled with sketches of him, lines of his poems, and this final note. Even if you never come back, know this. Your words live inside me till my last breath. Even without you, I never stopped loving you. Now, every March 12th, Prithvi lights a candle under that banyan tree. He reads her diary aloud, as if she were listening. And maybe she is, because sometimes love doesn't end. It just becomes silence. And in that silence, it lives forever. Moral of the story: true love may part ways, but it never dies. Silence holds the loudest truths of the heart. Sometimes, life gives you only one chance. Don't wait to say how you feel. Love is not always about being together. Sometimes, it's about never forgetting. Would you like a Hindi version or a visual for this story too? If you enjoyed this story, comment your thoughts below. Like, share, and subscribe.